Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into an incredibly intense and thrilling plot from the ABC General Hospital series. This storyline has everyone on the edge of their seats, and it involves shocking betrayals, hidden identities, and a dangerous past coming back to haunt the characters. So, grab your snacks and get comfortable as we walk through the latest twists and turns, especially the shocking return of Spencer, a character presumed dead, and how this ties into a violent attack on Dex, a police officer and hospital regular. The attack on Dex. Our story begins with Dex, a police officer who recently became the target of a brutal stabbing. The attack occurred while Dex was trying to break up a fight between a group of young men. He was stabbed in the back, and the most disturbing part? He couldn't see who did it. In the chaos of the brawl, Dex was caught off guard, and despite his training, he was unable to identify his assailant. The scene was chaotic, and Dex's mind was still trying to make sense of what happened when he collapsed in the hospital, severely wounded. As Dex lies in the hospital, recovering from the attack, the whole situation raises several red flags. Dex isn't just any hospital patient, he's a cop, and as we all know, an attack on a police officer is never a simple matter. It's serious. It's a crime with massive implications, and it immediately catches the attention of Chase, another officer, who begins to investigate the stabbing. Chase's investigation. Chase, aware of the significance of the attack on a fellow officer, begins digging into the incident. He quickly concludes that the attack must have been personal. While there's still much to uncover, Chase begins to suspect that one of the young men involved in the brawl might have stabbed Dex in retaliation for something that happened before. Perhaps there was bad blood, or maybe one of them had a reason to target Dex specifically. But as Chase continues to investigate, he realizes there's more to the story than he originally thought. His suspicions start to grow, and he starts to wonder, could this attack be part of something bigger? The more he digs, the more his instincts tell him that something isn't adding up. And just as he's about to draw conclusions, a shocking twist occurs, one that no one saw coming. Spencer's shocking return. Here's where things get really interesting. While everyone was focusing on the young men in the brawl, a much bigger revelation comes to light: Spencer is back. Yes, you heard that right. Spencer, a character many believe to be dead after falling from a ship in France over a year ago, has somehow survived. Not only that, but he's the one who stabbed Dex. Spencer's return comes as a huge shock to everyone involved. His disappearance was shrouded in mystery, with most people assuming he'd fallen to his death. But instead of lying in the cold waters of the ocean, Spencer had somehow managed to survive. And more importantly, he has come back with one thing on his mind: revenge. The history between Spencer and Dex. Now, this isn't just any random attack. Spencer and Dex have a long, complicated history. Before Spencer's disappearance, the two men were involved in a violent confrontation. They had a serious falling out, and it was clear that there were deep, unresolved tensions between them. That confrontation, which escalated into a fight, had ended with Dex barely escaping with his life. Spencer, clearly upset and vengeful, had wanted to do more than just fight. He had been determined to hurt Dex, possibly even to kill him. However, luck was on Dex's side that day. He was rushed to the hospital just in time, and although he sustained some serious injuries, he managed to survive. But that was then, and this is now. Spencer's return means that the animosity between him and Dex is far from over. In fact, it's likely that Spencer's hatred for Dex has only grown stronger over the course of the year he was presumed dead. The stakes are higher now. Spencer, having survived, is now determined to finish what he started. The question is, what will he do next? Spencer's dark plan. Spencer doesn't just reappear out of nowhere for a reunion or to resolve old issues. No, he's come back with a very clear goal: he wants to kill Dex. He's spent months, maybe even longer, planning this moment, and he's going to make sure this time he succeeds where he failed before. And to do so, he's going to use a disguise. Spencer sneaks into the hospital, dressing as a doctor, making it even harder for anyone to recognize him. After all, who would suspect a doctor? It's a chilling plan, one that shows just how far Spencer is willing to go to enact his revenge. But the question on everyone's mind is, will he succeed? Will Dex, now recovering from the initial stabbing, be able to defend himself, or will Spencer finish the job he started so long ago? The tension in the hospital is palpable, and as Spencer moves closer to his target, the suspense builds. Where has Spencer been? Now, one of the biggest questions that everyone has been asking, and one that the writers have carefully teased, is where Spencer has been all this time. After falling from that ship over a year ago, Spencer disappeared without a trace. His family thought he was dead. There were no leads, no signs of life, and no contact from him. So, what happened during that time? And why hasn't he come back to his family? These questions are hanging in the air, unanswered. Spencer's return raises even more mysteries. What kind of man has he become during his time away? How did he survive falling from a ship? And why has he chosen now, after all this time, to come back with murder on his mind? These questions, alongside the fact that Spencer is now targeting Dex, only add to the growing suspense. Fans are eagerly awaiting answers, and the drama surrounding Spencer's return has become one of the most gripping storylines in the series. The mysteries of Spencer's disappearance and his sinister plans for Dex keep everyone on the edge of their seats, wondering what will happen next. The showdown. As the plot continues to unfold, the tension between Spencer and Dex is escalating. Dex, still recovering from the initial attack, is unaware that the real danger is still lurking. He doesn't know that Spencer has returned, disguised as a doctor, and is closing in on him. And for Spencer, the plan is clear: he wants to kill Dex, and he'll stop at nothing to make that happen. Will Dex be able to stop Spencer, or will the past finally catch up to him in the most tragic way? The hospital becomes a battleground, with Spencer's deadly intent creating a dark atmosphere. As the plot thickens, fans are left wondering if Dex will get another chance to survive, or if this time, Spencer's vendetta will succeed. Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the drama, the suspense, and the stakes are higher than ever. Unveiling the twists in General Hospital, a deep dive into the shocking Cyrus reveal and fan reactions. The shocking conclusion to Sam's storyline on General Hospital has left fans buzzing with theories and frustrations. The most recent revelation about the character's tragic death stunned many, particularly when it was revealed that Cyrus Renault was the culprit behind her untimely demise. On December 11th, GH fans got one final glimpse of Kelly Monaco in the role of Sam as a flashback sequence explained the mysterious circumstances surrounding her passing. Sam, who had miraculously survived a liver transplant from Lulu, met her untimely end when Cyrus injected digitalis into her while she was unconscious. This unexpected moment caught viewers off guard and sparked an outpouring of reactions on social media. The shock of the reveal, why fans are upset. Fans of General Hospital have been expressing their dismay over the revelation of Cyrus Renault as the murderer of Sam. The idea that the villainous character, who had previously shown some hints of redemption, would be the one responsible for her death didn't sit well with many viewers. The announcement of Sam's fate seemed to crush any hopes of a meaningful redemption arc for Cyrus. One fan, in particular, expressed their frustration on Twitter, saying, "So disappointed, they took the lazy way out. I wanted Cyrus to be a changed man. Should have been Sidwell." This comment highlighted the sense of disillusionment that some fans felt when it was revealed that Cyrus, rather than a potentially more surprising character like Sidwell, was behind the crime. For these viewers, Cyrus was simply too obvious a choice, and the lack of a more intricate twist felt like a missed opportunity. Speculation about Sidwell's involvement, and the idea that he might have tampered with Lulu's ventilator, added an extra layer of intrigue to the conversation. If the writers had gone in a different direction, perhaps with Sidwell as the mastermind, the plot could have unfolded in a much more unexpected and thrilling way. A complex motive: what drives Cyrus? The online chatter didn't stop with fan disappointment, it delved deeper into analyzing Cyrus' motives. Fans flooded platforms like Twitter with a myriad of theories, ranging from the psychological to the dramatic. Many wondered why Cyrus chose to kill Sam before Lulu even had a chance to wake up. Was there something more sinister at play, or was Cyrus simply acting out of a desire to control the situation? One theory that emerged from the discussion was that Cyrus might be seeing himself as some sort of angel of death. Perhaps, in his distorted mind, he believed that his actions were part of a divine mission, as influenced by his increasingly erratic thinking. Maybe he thinks he is cleansing the world, as directed by his loony thinking and doing what God wants him to do, suggested one fan. This theory opens up a complex and chilling portrayal of Cyrus, presenting him not as a mere villain but as someone who justifies his actions with a warped sense of righteousness. It also highlights how his past actions, which have teetered between redemption and villainy, now feel even more chaotic. If his behavior is driven by a belief in a higher calling, it complicates his character further, adding depth to his role in the plot and making him all the more unpredictable. Theories and imposters: is there a bigger conspiracy? Some viewers question the authenticity of the situation altogether, suggesting that Cyrus might not have been acting alone, or worse, that he wasn't even himself. This brings us to the classic soap opera trope of imposters and mask-wearing villains. There's more going on here, one fan mused, proposing that perhaps Cyrus wasn't responsible for Sam's death at all. Instead, they suggested, unless it's someone posing as him. Because he said he wasn't there and he had a different look. This theory sparked a fresh wave of excitement, as fans began to speculate that someone could be impersonating Cyrus. Could the writers be setting up a plotline where a character with a realistic mask could be wreaking havoc under the guise of Cyrus? It's not an unprecedented idea in General Hospital, where multiple characters have been seen faking identities and manipulating others with clever disguises. The introduction of this potential twist added yet another layer of intrigue to an already complex narrative. Love and rivalry: what could have motivated the killing? While many fans are speculating about psychological and theological reasons for Cyrus' actions, some humorous theories also emerged. One fan, in a moment of levity, quipped, "Nothing says undying love like killing the competition." This theory, though playful, pointed to a possible underlying motive for Cyrus' actions that went beyond mere revenge or madness. Could it be that he killed Sam because Lulu represented a threat to his family dynamics? Perhaps, in his twisted mind, he believed that Lulu would steal attention away from his sister and mother, Laura. If this is indeed part of his motivation, it adds an even darker edge to Cyrus' actions, revealing not just his desire for control but also his profound insecurity. In this view, the murder isn't just about eliminating a threat, it's about eliminating someone who could potentially usurp his position in his family's power structure. This theory introduces a more personal, almost tragic, aspect to Cyrus' villainy, one that reflects deep-seated family rivalries and a need for dominance within his own circle. A final moment for Sam: the bittersweet flashback. Despite the unsettling nature of the reveal, GH fans did receive a bittersweet gift with the December 11th episode, where they were treated to one more flashback featuring Kelly Monaco as Sam. This moment, though brief, offered closure for a character who had been an integral part of the show for so many years. It was a poignant reminder of how far Sam had come and how much she had endured throughout the course of her life. While the flashback provided a small amount of comfort to longtime fans, it also underscored the tragic nature of Sam's story. After surviving a near-death experience with a liver transplant and seemingly recovering, the suddenness of her death felt all the more jarring. The contrast between the hope offered by her survival and the harsh reality of her untimely end served as a reminder of the unpredictable and often heartbreaking nature of soap operas. Conclusion: an unpredictable roller coaster of emotions. In the end, the death of Sam and the revelation of Cyrus' role in it marked another unforgettable chapter in the saga of General Hospital. With each new twist and turn, the show continues to captivate its audience, pulling them into a world of suspense, drama, and intrigue. As the fans continue to process this latest shock, one thing is certain: the unpredictable nature of General Hospital keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next plot development. Nancy Lee Grahn, her daughter Kate, and the arrest of Nick Fuentes, a moment of light in dark times. This week, General Hospital star Nancy Lee Grahn found a silver lining after a period of personal turmoil, thanks to an unexpected source of joy: her daughter, Kate. Grahn, who has been candid about her struggles following Donald Trump's win in the 2024 elections, shared a burst of positivity on social media, attributing her newfound sense of relief to Kate's latest accomplishment. The actress, known for her role as Alexis Davis on the ABC soap, has been outspoken about her feelings of demotivation and loss following the political climate. Like millions of others, Grahn felt as though the winds of control had shifted away from her, especially in light of Trump's ongoing influence in the political sphere. Many of her fans could relate to these sentiments, and the general sense of disillusionment was palpable across social media platforms. However, this week, Nancy seemed to get her groove back, and the cause? Her daughter, a talented singer and songwriter, who helped turn the page on a difficult chapter. Kate Grahn, a rising star and a source of inspiration. Kate Grahn, who has carved out her own path as a singer and songwriter, is no stranger to the spotlight, but her influence on her mother has taken center stage in recent days. The powerful way in which Kate's music resonated with her audience at a recent concert also coincided with a moment of political significance. In a highly publicized turn of events, Nick Fuentes, an infamous far-right figure and host of the America First podcast, was arrested this week. Grahn, who has made no secret of her disdain for Fuentes' controversial rhetoric, could hardly contain her excitement upon hearing the news. Fuentes, who has earned notoriety for his racist and homophobic comments, was arrested for allegedly using pepper spray to disrupt an LGBTQ+ pride event. His actions have been met with widespread backlash, particularly from those who view him as a dangerous influencer in the far-right movement. As a vocal critic of Fuentes and his ideologies, Nancy Lee Grahn's reaction to the news was one of satisfaction. She couldn't help but share her joy with her followers on Instagram, posting a reel that cleverly juxtaposed Fuentes' inflammatory words with her daughter's empowering music. A magical moment, Nancy Lee Grahn's spell on Nick Fuentes. The Instagram reel in question featured Kate Grahn performing at a concert, singing her hit song You Don't Own Me. But the moment that caught everyone's attention wasn't just the song, it was the timing. As Kate began singing, the video cut to an audio clip of Nick Fuentes making one of his notorious statements, where he said, "You will never control your own body. You will never be a president of the global empire." The stark contrast between Fuentes' words and Kate's defiant anthem created a powerful visual metaphor, a young woman using her voice to fight back against oppressive ideologies. In a playful twist, Nancy captioned the post, "My kid is a witch." She put a spell on Nick Fuentes at her gig last week and he ended up in jail. The humorous post quickly went viral, with fans of the actress and her daughter expressing their admiration for the pair. Many General Hospital viewers, who are equally passionate about both Nancy's career and Kate's music, appreciated the clever commentary. The joke about a spell being cast on Fuentes was met with smiles, and even those who didn't necessarily agree with the political implications found joy in the lighthearted nature of the post. Public reaction, the internet weighs in. Of course, no post from a celebrity, especially one like Nancy Lee Grahn, goes unnoticed. The reactions to the Instagram post were swift, with many of Grahn's followers rallying behind her. Fans praised her for her humor, her activism, and the way she used her platform to address a controversial issue in a way that was both thoughtful and entertaining. Notably, very few commented on feeling sympathy for Fuentes. Instead, most echoed Grahn's relief and pleasure at the fact that the far-right figure was facing consequences for his actions. One fan wrote, "I love this. Go, Kate, and go Nancy for being an awesome mom." Another remarked, "If that's not poetic justice, I don't know what is." These reactions speak to the deep connection that Grahn has with her audience. Many who follow General Hospital also view her as an ally in their own political and social justice causes, making the arrest of someone like Fuentes a cause for celebration. It's important to note that Fuentes has been a vocal supporter of Donald Trump and has even dined with the former president at Mar-a-Lago as recently as 2022. His controversial statements and actions have earned him a loyal following in certain far-right circles, but they have also made him a lightning rod for criticism from those who oppose his views. As the dust settles from his arrest, Grahn's post serves as a reminder that celebrity platforms can be used not only to entertain but to make a bold statement on issues of social justice. Nancy's journey, finding hope after struggles. For Nancy Lee Grahn, this moment of joy brought on by her daughter's success is particularly significant after a challenging year. Her openness about feeling demotivated and powerless after Trump's election victory resonated with many fans. Her struggles weren't just political, they were deeply personal. In a world where the news cycle can often feel overwhelming, Gran's candidness about her emotional state gave her followers permission to express their own feelings of disillusionment. Now, with the arrest of Fuentes, Gran seems to have found a renewed sense of hope. Her daughter's music, the arrest of Acantro,